It makes learning fun for the kids.
They involve everyone in 8th grade. No one gets left behind.
These kids, they start to they get more comfortable about it because it's not just you doing it, it's everybody.
A lot of times things that we do are just based on absorb this information and regurgitate it back to me on a test. But this process becomes a memorable experience, and they end up learning far more than just the core curriculum, which is what we're here to do as teachers. We want them to value education, not just perform it.
We come into schools and we work with the curriculum that they're already working on, and we try to enhance that process of learning by using the model of Midnight Radio.
Midnight Radio educational program evolved out of our stage show, and we one day were in the space which was set up, had the full Foley regalia, and a group of kids walked by the space and actually came into the space and were completely transformed. Those kids coming in off the street, and their eyes when they saw the studio, it was instantaneous. And their imaginations, you could just see the light go on.
Such an interactive way to get the kids moving and, talking and working with content in a different way than they're used to.
And that's where we got the idea to create a curriculum, because we felt like it's such a project-based format, and it can hold any story in the world.
You can easily see how it can be adapted to the classroom. You don't have to do a lot of extra research to fix things up. You could just take everything the way it is and then go straight to the classroom and work with it.
We started out with a pilot program at Washington Middle School where we worked with the 8th grade. The following year, we expanded to do that same program again and then also do a teacher training. We took the teachers from that training and we expanded to a different middle school, McGuffey.
In the last 4 weeks, we did with teachers from 3 different schools what we do with one group of 8th graders in 10 weeks. None of the teachers were drama teachers or music teachers. They were all social studies or English teachers. The process starts with nothing. We don't have anything but enthusiasm.
The first thing we do with the students is we work to get them relaxed enough to be able to start collaborating and start performing. So we do a series of theater games and warm-ups. Then right away we dig into the topic that the teachers have chosen, and then we send them off in groups to do their own research.
We ask them for their ideas, what they want to create a story about, what they might be working on in their classrooms. And then we led them through a process with a couple playwrights on how to develop a script.
We bring professional playwrights who have many credits in productions. They're also wonderful teaching artists, and they're great at working with the students to go from just the kernel of an idea through the process of turning that idea into a good story, and then through the process of making that story a great script. And the scripts are always very strong.
And then, because it's radio, we want to look for what the sounds are. We mined all of the stories for their sounds, and the next week when we came in, we started working with them on how to do Foley, how to make sounds out of everyday objects.
The Foley sound effects are really the most fun part of this whole process. Every piece of sound effect, every sound effect has a certain cue. And for the piece to be effective, everybody has to hit their cue exactly right. The kind of focus that they bring to that piece, it's an amazing thing to see a 13-year-old student with absolute laser beam focus.
I teach special education, and just that there are so many roles that I have kids that may be afraid, but the Foleys and even the creative process, that they can be a part of this.
We give them this big project and we break it down into smaller projects. It's the kind of learning that the students don't realize they're doing as they're doing it. That's been the most satisfying part for me, is watching these students learn so much without really realizing it.
I think that this is a really great marriage between education and art. So we're looking forward to the future as we grow it, to not only streamline it, but empower the teachers ultimately that we've worked with to take ownership of it and run with it.